guys, this is Elliot with Scale Modelling UK, and today we've got the review of the Academy Sukhoi Su-27 Flanker B. Right then, I just got this kit in a trade. I traded a Tamiya 148 Mosquito for it. I'm not that much into propeller aircraft, I prefer jets, specifically from the Cold War. So the Su-27 Flanker is a twin-engined, fourth-generation fighter aircraft, which was designed by the Sukhoi Design Bureau. I don't know if it's a design bureau or not. And it had its first flight on the 20th of May 1977. So, on the box, you get a couple of pictures, a series of thumbnails on this side. Right, I haven't had a look at this yet. Right, on the top you get the fuselage on this little brace here. Just give you a size of how big it is. In comparison, here is a standard lighter, and that's about as long as the cockpit. So it is quite a decently sized aircraft. It isn't tiny, but it's not too big. Instruction booklet, we'll cover that later. So, first bag. I have done some research on this kit. I know what to expect, but first time I've felt the parts up close. So in this bag, you get, open it correctly, okay, in this one, you get 1, 2, 3 sprues. Okay, first one, we have the afterburner cans here. Parts of the landing gear. So you got the afterburner cans there, and the insides of them there. We have the heads-up display. I think that's the front landing gear doors, and some ailerons, and I think these may be the inside parts to. I'm not sure if they're the grills or what, or the inside parts to the landing gear. We have the front landing gear here, and the main instrument panel here. Give you a close-up on this. Get the camera to focus. There. So, not bad. Okay, next sprue. This is the main weapon sprue, as you can see. I'm not sure what half of these missiles are called. I think some of them may be aphids. I'm not sure about that though. I'm not that much up to date on any air-to-air missiles. And we have weapons pylons along here. Right. Of the nose cone here. This doesn't come attached to a sprue. This just comes loose. You do have quite a large amount of room for weight in there. For a couple of fishing weights. It is inaccurate. You can get a resin one, but it's not, that far off, so you don't need to, if you don't want to replace it, you don't have to. It's close enough. You get vinyl tyres, bit glossy. The writing on them, or the, see if we can pick this up. Don't know if you can see that. There is writing on them, and it is in the Russian language. And there's some nice tread patterns on the tyres itself. I'm not going to pick that up. Okay, clear part sprue. Right, clear part sprue here. As you can see, it is quite long. I don't know if it's necessary for it to have it that long, but it doesn't matter. You have parts down here for heads-up displays, navigation lights, etc. You have the front and rear canopy, and don't know if you can see that. but there's a seam line running down the canopy there. Right, you're picking that up. So you polish that out, or sand it down and buff it out. Put that back in the bag. Right. Second bag. Turn up. Yay, first time. Not exactly. Right. Next up, we have the cockpit tub here. Focus. Right. You have the stabilizers and the stabilizer ailerons here. Panel lines are recessed, and you got quite a nice bit of riveting detail on it. Come up close. Should be able to see here. There. Okay, next. Sorry, the ones on that sprue were the vertical stabilizers. These are the horizontal stabilizers. I got that bit wrong. Next, we have the air intakes here. Recessed panel lines again. And we now we actually have the horizontal stabilizers. Right. With this kit, you also get a photo etched fret. Try and be careful not to bend this. Sorry, my knife's a bit blunt. Here we go. Okay, get a nice photo etched fret here. These are the grills. I think it's to prevent FOD damage. Not sure what the other two parts are for, but I know these parts go on the grills. I think some of it may be antenna. So, close up here. There we go. This back in the bag. Right. I have a couple of warning leaflets, etc., but most suspects already know. So next up, decals. Open this up. Oh, it was already open the other end. Bit of an idiot. Right, you only get the decals for one option. It's got a nice shark mouth here. I think this, I'm not sure if this is before or after the fall of the Soviet Union. I really don't know, but it's a Russian aircraft. That's all I know. You've got the roundels there. Well, the more stars, but these go on the side of the air intakes, and you've got quite a large couple of warning labels. Just scan over it here. Right. Instructions. Right, you have a flanker on the front. Bit of information, especially the about it performing the Pugachev's Cobra maneuver in Paris. Runs through it. I wouldn't call this black and white. There are some coloured parts, but they could be a bit more decently printed. Gives you a picture of completed landing gear here, so don't get too confused. I would prefer if they put it into a proper booklet as opposed to a fold-out leaflet. Now, the painting guide. Thing is, with the flankers, is that it's practically impossible to source the paints for them if you're using acrylics. No life colour. Do these two colours. Wait for it to focus. These two colours in their range. Probably end up ordering that. But you will, if you're using acrylics, you will have to order this colour. So colours needed are white. It gives the federal standard numbers for them, apart from the steel. So it's white, steel, dark green. It doesn't. That's not actually a dark green, obviously, but that's the colours that's needed. dark blue, Federal Standard, yada yada. I don't think it's actually called light blue. I think it's called Air Superiority Blue in that Federal Standard colour. Not too sure about that though. Or it might be the light blue. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that. And the blue grey. Then you have all the parts check on the back. Yeah, and I think that's it. Right then, just pull the box lid over. So, not a bad kit. I should be doing this for a group build on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description below to it. It's a Cold War build, and it's from October to December. Might be doing this, or I have the show another kit I have here. I have the Cadmia EF-111 here. This bottom kit here. And I have FX Canberra, which I could do as well. But it depends when I get my airbrush and if I can source all the paints for it, because I've got a nice selection of Tamiya paints there. But none that cover the flanker main paint scheme. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm glad I brought this channel back. It's better me talking to you than just watching still slides over music like my previous video. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys later.